This is the Look Back Wrestling Show, and I'm your host, Ali Zakka. Okay, so you saw the preview, you saw the opener, where you click on it because it's Elimination Chamber 2018 review, and I'm about to jump into it. Let's get it kicked off with the beginning match of the night, which was the Women's Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. So we had coming out to the ring, you got Alexa Bliss coming out. We had, after that, Sasha Banks and Mickie James. Then Absolution finally wrapping up with Bayley. And the match starts off with Sonya Deville versus Bayley. They went at it for a while. No pins, no nothing. Then Mandy Rose, the second to enter the match, or I guess the third to enter the match, depending on which way you look at it, or the first person out of the pod to enter the match. So third into the match, first out the pod. And they beat down on Bayley. Keep beating down Bayley on Bayley, just destroying her. Bayley on Bayley. Anyway, they beat down Bayley, and then Sasha Banks enters the match. So she is the second person out of the pod, the fourth person to enter, and she starts kicking butt against the Absolution, and her and Bayley kind of go at Absolution. And on top of that, before Mickie entered, Mandy Rose gets eliminated by Sasha Banks. She taps out to the bank statement. And right after that, then you bring in Mickie James. Mickie James on fire. She's knocking over everybody, kicking butt left and right. She actually has like one of the biggest pops of the night, in my opinion. Like, she got a pop when she came out to the ring, and people was cheering for her throughout the match. They wanted her to win another championship. And Michael Cole even said if Mickie James wins, she'll tie Trish Stratus, or no, I believe it was Trish with the most women's championships. But yeah, she's going at it, and she jumps off the top of the pod. She's the first person to kind of like use the pod for the high risk move. She jumps off the top of the pod and like pretty much Luthez press onto Sonya Deville and pinning her. So Sonya Deville gets pinned. So Absolution is completely gone. But then after that, Mickie gets pretty much a Bayley to belly from Bayley, and Bayley pins Mickie, and the crowd boos. The crowd boos. And last three are Sasha, Bayley, and Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss is now like panicked because her like safety net, which was Mickie James, is out the match. And it's kind of a cool thing here because Sasha and Bayley both stare down Alexa Bliss. Instead of fighting each other, they started waited till Alexa comes out the pod. And when Alexa pod opens, she closed it and went out the opposite way, climbed the Elimination Chamber, which Sasha and Bayley climbed up on two different sides to corner her. And then after they had a corner, a few cat and mouse stuff, Alexa Bliss starts attacking Bayley, and Sasha gets up and starts attacking Bliss. And then she kicks down Bayley and starts beating up Bliss. And they go back at it for a while. And let's see here, look at my notes. So they go back at it for a while. After they take out Bliss, Sasha and Bayley go at it. They start battling back and forth. So after Bayley hits a super Bayley to belly to Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss comes in and sneaks up and pins Bayley on the roll. And Bayley's shocked. So everybody's like, what? So there goes my pick of the night. And after that, you had Sasha versus Alexa Bliss. And this match made me realize how good Alexa Bliss really is, because I really don't get to see her wrestle. Nobody really gets to see her wrestle unless you watch almost every pay-per-view. But she didn't really wrestle that much in her last match. Singles match against Asuka, it was like, what is this? But Asuka's a dominant like competitor versus Alexa Bliss character who is not a dominant competitor. So it made sense why the Asuka versus Bliss match was such a mixed match versus this one where Bliss and Sasha both kind of like not on par, but Sasha's character is a little stronger than Bliss, but Bliss can hold her own. And back and forth in this match, you see them going at it. And it comes down to pretty much Sasha making a mistake. She's going to get ready to like beat Bliss, and as Sasha's about to like jump off the top of the pod on her way up, Bliss gets up there and like pushes her head into the glass, knocking out Sasha, and Bliss was able to get the victory over that and become the first woman to ever win the Elimination Chamber match. Also, Bliss hit this crazy twisted Bliss off the top of the pod onto Sasha. It was kind of cool. Like, go back and watch that match if you have not seen the match. It's a pretty unique match to see. And then Bliss gives this very emotional babyface speech at the end of the Elimination Chamber, how she said this was a victory for all women, and how this is a victory for the girls, kids, mothers, grandmas, like everybody out there. Like she was crying and tearing up, and then immediately in the middle of it where you think, oh man, Bliss is becoming a face, she immediately turns and said, you guys didn't give a crap about me, you guys didn't care, straight into a heel promo. It was good. Like she's good on the mic. And this match made me think of Bliss. It reminded me of Alexa as Chris Jericho from 2002, 2003 when he was the undisputed champion, but like he wasn't a fighting champion. He was always running away and cheating his way out of matches and doing sneaky stuff. Bliss reminded me of that Jericho, like how she was being sneaky, but then she's also good on the mic, and she also can hold her own. You know, she doesn't look like it. So good for Bliss. Good for Alexa getting this victory, and I don't think it makes her a strong comparator for WrestleMania against Asuka, but yeah, and there could be a spoiler for you guys out there like, oh, hey, Asuka won? Yeah, she, of course. What do you think? But my pick for this match, I got wrong. The next match we get is Titus Worldwide versus The Bar for the Raw Tag Team Championship. And I wanted this match. I just wish the outcome was different. So in a very decent amount of time match, Apollo Crews got some showing. Titus got some showing. But it comes down to The Bar capitalizing. The Bar took out Titus, and then after that, they pretty much used the numbers advantage and beat Apollo Crews. And that was it. So the Bar ended up winning the championship, and it kind of made you wonder, like, why is Titus Worldwide keeps getting these shots and just keeps losing? Like, either The Bar can become face, or they're saving up for WrestleMania? Maybe? Don't think so, but maybe. And by the way, I got that pick wrong. I wanted Titus Worldwide to win just because it'd be something fresh, but no, The Bar won. Nia Jax versus Asuka. And this match was another like one of those giants versus the small person match. Like it was pretty much Nia Jax attacking Asuka and staying on top of her and beating her down. And Asuka was able to pretty much use her speed and quickness to beat Nia Jax, and kind of caught Nia Jax by surprise, and she got the pin. She got a pin on Nia. She didn't tap her out. She got a pin, like a roll up too. I was like, what? And after the match, Nia just obliterates Asuka. She puts her up against the barricade and just runs her through the barricade like straight Bray Wyatt style body thrust. With that sound effect. So Asuka's been knocked out, and Nia Jax then dominant. Asuka won, and Asuka will go to WrestleMania to face whoever she want to face. Either it's going to be Alexa Bliss or Charlotte. We starting to figure out who Asuka's going to face at WrestleMania. And this was a cool match. You had Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. And Woken Matt Hardy does his entrance. He walks to the ring, do the delete. And you know Bray Wyatt's old like sound effect screen thing, as that's what the appear on the screen, Bray appears in the middle of the ring, and he's wondering like, how did I get here? What's going on? And he's looking for the ring because he hears Matt Hardy singing a song, and he's searching for Matt Hardy, can't find him, and out of nowhere Matt Hardy jumps him, and that's how the match starts. So it was a unique way to start this match. I'm loving it. They had a lot of time. They went back and forth, and Matt Hardy got the victory, as he should have. So, good there. So, I have two picks right there, and currently right now, if you keep a score, I was two losses? Would it be losses? 2 wrong picks and 2 right picks. But let's see how the rest of the show goes. Ronda Rousey comes out, and she got to do her signing with Kurt Angle, but also they're joined by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And as Ronda's about to sign, by the way, she had to work on her promos, which is pretty much evident, like she's new to this. But to me, it was like she didn't have much of a script, or she did have a script. She didn't really follow that much because it's like the question they asked her, like she was giving like a legit interview from the heart. And it's funny because Ronda Rousey is a legit WWE fan. She's been a fan her whole life. She's a favorite of, or I guess she likes Roddy Piper. She's a huge fan of his. And it's just cool to see that somebody's living out their dreams from UFC to now like being in the WWE as a kid growing up. Somebody who watched that, it's kind of cool to see. And she was talking literally like an average person in the ring, like this is a fun dream of mine, stuff like this. So she's about to sign the contract. Triple H asked her, "Do you want anything? Do you want a match at WrestleMania?" She's like, "No, I don't want to be treated differently than anybody else. I want to be like a normal competitor, just ready to go. I want to prove my worth." And as she's doing that, about to sign, she see Kurt Angle mouthing Triple H, and Kurt was like, "Oh, sorry, it's just that Triple H said we finally get to make her our BITCH." And Ronda is like, "What?" Triple H like, "How dare you say that, Kurt? Don't, no, I didn't say that." And they try to like please Ronda, like, "No, we didn't. Being the cowardly heels that they are." And then Kurt Angle gets taken out the ring. Stephanie McMahon said Kurt Angle's suffering for the flu. He's hilarious, saying stupid stuff. He didn't mean any of that. And then Kurt stops again as he's going up the ramp and say, "Oh yeah, and Stephanie, you said you can beat Ronda Rousey, right?" And Ronda looks at Stephanie and stares her down. Triple H comes back, breaks up the two, and then he walks back to Ronda. Ronda picks him up and body slams him through a table. So I was like, oh, call this. Stephanie, Triple H, Stephanie mix. Anyway, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon has beef between Ronda Rousey, as Dave Meltzer has once pointed out. So looks like they're going on that trajectory towards WrestleMania, where it could be a match between Ronda Rousey and somebody versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I was kind of hoping The Rock would show up because The Rock is the rumored person, but he probably not. It's probably going to be Kurt Angle because Kurt Angle started beef. And the main event, we get the men's Elimination Chamber match. The winner goes to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar. It starts off with Elias Sampson in the ring doing his whole "Who Wants to Walk for Elias?" And he's singing, gets interrupted by Braun Strowman. So Braun's the first competitor, I guess the second competitor to enter the ring. After that, John Cena entered third, Roman Reigns entered fourth, which means triple threat would be Balor versus The Miz versus Rollins. Also, by the way, we get Blue Balor tonight. He's wearing a all blue outfit. It's a unique outfit, like it. So the Triple H starts off there, everybody's going at it. John Cena enters the ring next, so he is the fourth competitor to enter the ring. And him and Steph starts jawing. They go back and forth. Roman Reigns enters, and finally Elias Sampson enters. Now I do want to mention before Elias enters, there's this cool, oh, sorry about that. Braun enters and then Elias Sampson enters. Sorry, I got that mixed up. But I do want to say before Braun enters, there's like this, I guess, circle that was made around The Miz, and The Miz is doing his yes kicks, and he's pointing out everybody, and the crowd's like, yes, boo, yes, boo. Like, they really cheer for Cena getting kicked. They boo for Finn Balor getting kicked, and The Miz points, Seth Rollins starts off with him, does the yes kicks, and rolls around everybody. Does a little cool little moment there. So anyway, Braun Strowman comes in, and he eliminates The Miz. Okay, so after The Miz gets eliminated after a while, everybody jumps Braun Strowman, like Cena, Rollins, Reigns, and Balor. They set him up for a Shield super bomb, pretty much. Still can't pin. They all pinned Balor at the same time. Did not work. Balor kicks out. Cena hits Balor with a triple. Not Balor. Braun kicks out. Cena hit Braun with a double A, but he kicks out of that. Then Roman Reigns hit Braun with a spear. He kicks out of that. Seth Rollins hit with a curve stomp. Braun rolls out the ring, and Balor does the coup de grace, and that's it. Braun's out of the match for a moment. Elias, so everybody goes at it. Everybody knocks themselves out. As everybody's locked themselves out, Elias is sitting there waiting. He comes out and tries to pins everybody to no avail. Everybody breaks out. And then after that, it's Strowman domination. Strowman eliminates Elias. Then he eliminates John Cena. And then he eliminates Finn Balor. Then Rollins. And lastly, it was Strowman versus Roman Reigns. And Strowman is beating down Reigns. But as Strowman is setting up Reigns to pretty much run him through the glass, Reigns gets out the way. Strowman busts himself through the glass. Pretty much exhausted himself. And Reigns was able to capitalize and hit him with 2 spears, I believe, and wins the match. After he wins, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, a shock. Well, not really shocked. People were booing and whatnot. Called Roman Reigns winning. So Roman Reigns will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But as he won the match and kind of like soaking it in, Braun's like, he's not having it. He picks up Roman Reigns and hits him with another running power slam. Then picks him up again, another running power slam after listening to the crowd and giving the crowd the like thumbs down, like we're taking him down. And then he ran Roman Reigns into another glass pod, and that's the end of the show. So Roman Reigns is going to WrestleMania, but Braun Strowman stood tall. And that was a pretty good Elimination Chamber. I thought it was a good one. Anything that stood out to me the most? The two Elimination Chamber matches did, and Woken Matt Hardy's match was kind of a fun match to watch. But the crowd reaction, it was in the Elimination Chamber match. They love the Elimination Chamber matches. The regular matches, they didn't really care as much. And the Ronda Rousey signing, they got into it, but they really popped for the end where Ronda Rousey picked up Triple H and threw him through a table. So I'm going to give this show rating a B. I think a solid B. It was a cool show. Nothing too spectacular. I don't think anything could be worth remembering. Like you talk about Elimination Chamber 2018, the next 2 years, people will talk about, it's the first ever women Elimination Chamber match. But as far as anything else, not really. There wasn't any big moments to remember, but it was some fun stuff to think about and watch and see. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a B, solid B rating. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of Elimination Chamber? Please put in the comment section below. And what was your favorite match of the night and favorite moment of the night? Please put that in the comment section below as well. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Look Back Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment in the comment section below. And please subscribe for more episodes of Grind Towards Success, movie breakdowns, or whatever it is that you're watching on my channel. I have different stuff from interviews to other movie reviews to wrestling reviews. If you're a wrestling fan, please subscribe if you want to see all that and see what's going on. Also, you can follow me on Snapchat here. Follow me on Instagram there to see what I'm doing in my personal life as well as my business and Ninja Warrior. And lastly, you can watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success here. You can watch the last episode of movie breakdowns there. Thank you guys once again. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Keep being awesome.